How's it going? My name is Teo. I'm going to be your instructor today. I'm an ERYT 500-hour certified yoga instructor. I've had over 1,000 hours of training, and I've trained over 50 yoga instructors on how to do things that I'm going to show you to do right now. And this is a common problem a lot of people experience, a lot of people that are into sports. I mean, it really doesn't matter if you do sports or not. This is a problem that just people in general have. Who out there has ever experienced knee pain? I'm talking about around the patellar region, maybe on the inside, the front where the meniscus is, maybe around the other side, or like really internal. There's lots of reasons we might have knee pain, sometimes just from lots of use, but more often than not, we've had a micro tear in a ligament, and sometimes even we have full tears. And some people get surgery to fix these things. Sometimes that works, sometimes it just tears again. And there's a lot of people out there living with torn ligaments, and they just don't know what to do about the pain, and they avoid lots of their favorite activities. I've torn ligaments in both of my knees. I've had no surgery, and I do all kinds of crazy stuff. I rock climb, I slackline, I like to bike, I swim, I jump off of high stuff and land on my feet. I run barefoot. I mean, my knees, if anything, should be in pain all the time, but they're not. And it's because I know how to help your knees feel good. I know how to fix knee pain, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this short video. There's 3 exercises that you have to do if you want your knees to feel great all the time. Sometimes, if I'm out of practice, if I step away from my yoga routine because I'm on vacation with family or whatever, happens, sometimes life gets in the way and you just get too busy and you don't think about it, I'll have knee pain that kind of flares up, and immediately it sends me the signal, hey, you haven't been taking care of your knees. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises that if you do these all the time, don't overdo it, but if you do them every day, slowly your knees will start to strengthen, and then they'll be able to function normally again, and you're not going to have any pain, and you can go back to your favorite activities. So let's get right down to it. We're going to start slow and work into it. And if at any point one of these exercises is too difficult or it causes your knee to feel a little bit uncomfortable, just immediately stop and go back to the previous exercise, or just don't do it as intensely for as much time. But we are going to be doing these exercises for enough time to start to build up a lot of heat in the knee that's affected. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to come standing, feet hip width distance apart. We're going to warm up both knees. So just start rocking back and forth, heel to toe, and start lifting your heels off the ground. Relax in your shoulders. Let your body be soft. And you might already start to feel some things happening. We're just building heat in the knees in a very gentle way, and eventually we're going to take our knees to their full bend and build strength. A couple more times. This is step 1. All right, shake it off, roll the knees around a couple times, do 3 circles in each direction. All right, come all the way up on your toes, and if you're having difficulty with balance, just bring your heels all the way together, and this is going to help stabilize your knees. So do whatever you have to do to make this work for you. And if it feels comfortable, you can even take the knees wide apart if that gives you better balance. Come up on your tippy toes as high as you can. Take your hands out in front of you to counterbalance, and then keep your back flat. Don't lean forward, don't lean back, just straight. Arms out in front, bend at the knees. Just come down, this is step 1, and a little bounce. And again, we're not just pushing our weight around, we're controlling the motion up, controlling the motion down, and just do a few inches in each direction. Start out high. This has worked for lots of people that I know. Inhale, reach all the way up, set the heels down. And in some cases, people that have flare-ups, it's relieved their pain within minutes. So we're gonna take this first step a little bit deeper. Reach your arms out. Exhale, sink it down even further. We're gonna do this in 3 phases. So start here, remember, don't lean forward, lean back. We wanna put strength in the quadriceps. 3, 2, 1, all the way up. What we're trying to do is tire out the big, bulky part of the muscle, back here, and work closer towards the insertion points. We have the origins up here and the insertions down here. We want to strengthen this section. So let's take it down to our 3rd level. Don't come all the way down to the heels, but if you feel comfortable, you can get really, really close. And if it's too far down, remember, just come back up to step 2 or step 1 in this set. Arms out, tippy toes. Sink it down. You can be here. You can work from here, or if you want, you can start closing it down, getting a little bit closer in. This is going to be really tight on the knees, so if you're fresh in injury, don't come down this low. For 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Exhale, set it down. Chances are you have just one knee that's injured, so we'll focus on that knee. But if you want to keep it balanced, do this next exercise on both legs. But if it's really just one that's bothering you, you only have to do it on that side. So remember, exercise 1, tippy toes, hips down, back flat. Exercise number 2, we're going to come into a warrior stance, bending the knee that's affected. You don't have to make it your deepest warrior stance. We're going to work in this place, so we're going to get tired. Come to a comfortable warrior 2, seal your back foot. If it's too much torque on the knee to have the foot 90 degrees, shift the toes in so your knee has some wiggle room. Make sure you're at a comfortable stance with your knee directly on top of the ankle. Take your arms out and then just, again, an inch forward, an inch back. Try to push down through your toes. Don't let all the weight be in your heel. Push through your toe mound and move slowly. For 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to do 2 more sets and go progressively deeper to add strength around the knee. So this time we're going to start moving a little bit further. Come back into your warrior 2, and if it's comfortable, deepen it and come back to neutral. Don't go all the way back straight, just come back to neutral or a little bit beyond and deepen. Yeah, I know you can feel it. We just want to work all the stabilizing muscles, and to do that, we have to wear out the big muscles that do a brunt of the work and get down to the tiny little fibers close to the bone. For 3, 2, remember pressing the toes, make sure the ankle is strong. 1, come all the way up and relax. That's level 2 of this exercise. For level 3, we're going to pick up the heel. So come back down, and you can try picking up the heel and just focusing on this motion right here. And what does this look like when we're running? If you run barefoot or if you run properly, you're not slamming the heel down, you're running and bouncing, you're springing off the toes. So instead of running heel to toe, it's going to damage your knees. Step forward, ground down through the toes, and then bend the knee before the heel comes down. I don't even touch my heels to the ground when I run. And then absorb the shock in your foot and spring off. We're just replicating that motion right here in this elevated warrior 2 stance. So come back down. This is level 3. Pick up the foot and bend. Your foot, your ankle is going to be moving around. Your arch is going to be unsure what to do. This is really challenging stuff, but try and keep it as stable as possible. Point through the toes. And again, you can do level 3 right here with these little bends. If you feel comfortable, take those deeper bends and try and focus on keeping the heel high and keeping the heel stable. For 3, 2, 1, set it down and soften. So already, if you only did one side, you can feel the difference in the knees. This one has a little bit of pump going on. You can feel everything being really supportive around the knee. And when you try and really squeeze the legs, you get a lot more activity out of this leg. So if you have problems on both knees, or if you just want to stay balanced, go ahead and do both sides. The third exercise you have to do to make sure your knees function properly and function well is an elevated hero pose. We're going to go from hero and sink up and down the same principle we've been doing. We started out here doing little bends, getting deeper. We went here, got a little bit deeper. We're going to go all the way to the ground and get to our deepest place. So make sure your toes are untucked, feet flat to the floor. And you can keep your feet together and take your knees apart wide if that feels best, or you can keep your knees together. Again, whatever works for your body. You want to take your arms out for counterbalance just like we did before, and we're going to lift up. And if you feel any odd sensations in your knee, maybe have some blocks beside you and support your weight when you lift up so you're not taking all of it in your legs. But if it feels all right, you can take all the weight just like this. And we're going to lift up. We're not going to sit all the way back down. That disengages the knees. We want to keep them engaged. So sink back down, float, and then up. Back down and up. And if it feels comfortable and you want to add more weight, more strength, lean back. You're going to immediately feel it in the quads, and keep your arms out for counterbalance. This is going to make your knees extra, extra strong. But again, if it's too much weight, chest forward, just like this, less weight, or hands on the floor if it's still really, really fresh, but just keep your legs engaged. All right, 3 more. For 3, 2, 1. In that last position, shoulders back, be very, very careful. If you're fresh from injury, I would not recommend doing that one first. Definitely work into it. I've been doing a lot of work on the knees. My knees are pretty strong and healthy at this point. So that's just a lot of maintenance you can do if your knees are already feeling good. So work progressively from level 1 to level 3 in each of the exercises. Don't skip levels and just jump to level 3 and only do level 3 in each of them. Remember, start out high, little bends, work yourself down low. Start up here, just a little bit of space, work it deeper, and then eventually come up on the toes, and then back on the knees. Remember, level 1 right here, or hands to the floor. Level 2 is just straight up, and then level 3 is back. But only do level 3 in each of those exercises if you genuinely feel comfortable. There is potential if you go too deep, too fast, to cause further injury to your knees, and we don't want that. We're trying to heal and restore your knees. I guarantee if you do this a few times throughout the week, if you warm up your knees before any exercise, they're going to feel great, and you're going to get right back to all of your normal activities. So keep up the good work, put a smile on that face. It's all going to be better soon, I promise. This has been Yoga by Teo, and I'll catch you next time.